Hello, everyone. How are you on this Monday, start of the week? I'm smoking Rattray's Red Rapparee. Here it is. The big pound bag, over a pound, 500 grams, that Bill had sent me some time ago. The Bill of Philly pipe smoker fame, and I've been enjoying it ever since. It came before Christmas, and I've been enjoying it, like I said, ever since. And well, wait a minute until I get this thing. And I'm smoking it in a pipe that I haven't shown before. It would be considered, in today's vernacular, a basket pipe. It says on it, International Selection. And then the other side says Italy. So it's your typical bent and for a basket pipe, some okay graining. It's nothing spectacular. Tobacco is still relatively moist. I hope everyone had a great weekend. The red. Can't beat it. I call it a moderately full English. Been smoking it for years. Everything's good with the world. Really not too much to report. I want to thank my new subscribers. Jumped up a few points the other day, so thank you for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to my good friend Big Smoking Wolf, who has come around after some time. I believe he had surgery, and I wish you well, Big. With the knee, my wife had a bad experience with her knee surgery, left her permanently scarred. She calls it her soap dish. It was a big cavernous thing that formed after a very bad infection, and it was a little hairy there for a while, the situation.
I'll be back in a minute.
And that was her right knee. Then her left lower leg got infected with what we thought was a one of those recluse spiders, those brown recluse spiders, and it got infected, and we actually had to have a nurse in a couple times a week. She was on IV vancomycin, which is a very strong antibiotic, and we had to set the pull up with the IV bag on, and had to run that for X amount of time, and every day, and that was something I would not wish on my worst enemy. And it created a scar, kind of a weird squiggly thing below the left knee. And she wants her left knee done, actually, but she's afraid to after the problems with the right one. We're jumping around a little bit there. She works, she just came through her weekend of work at a local hospital. She's a respiratory therapist, like I was, and or am retired, and she does 2 12s every other weekend from 7 in the evening to 7 in the morning, and also picks up what she calls a princess shift once in a while. It's like a little 4-hour gig during the week occasionally as the second person for a couple hours, 4 hours. And pretty busy place, but it's a solo shift, a step on days. She'll do like 4 to midnight. 7 to 11. And then in the evening. But that's not all the time. My retirement's pretty good. Have to find some real wood to knock on. And so we do okay. Somebody was saying that's a pretty fancy pipe you have, the the one I showed yesterday, and I responded. Uh, yeah, that's when I was making pretty good money at the VA as a manager, but also I jobbed around on the weekends at various hospitals. I was on what they call, I had what they call pool positions, which you don't get benefits, but the pay is better. You would normally be paying into the benefits, and also part-time at one or two places with some token benefits. Well, I've come to the end of this, actually. So I'm going to put it down. And a quote from the Carpenters, a group that some of you have heard of. They were big in the 70s. Karen and Richard Carpenter. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. That's a quote, but I don't get down on Monday because it's not just another day. But it's a quote nevertheless. Some people, they dread Mondays. Yes, oh man, I had a great weekend. Sorry, I have to be back at work. So that's the quote of the day. And it's one of those times where there's really nothing going on. I mean, I think one of the biggest stories, I believe they found the wreckage. I have to check CNN or the nightly news. I think things have changed today, and hopefully the families will get some kind of closure that they really found the thing. And again, we have to be careful with the situation in Russia, and I think something sort of a Cold War might be on the horizon. I don't like to be an alarmist, but a lot of times in these situations, there's an old term that not used much anymore, but seems to be a lot of saber rattling, they call it. I always like that term. But, that sort of worries me. But who knows? Who knows? And so I think I'll wrap it up. And I was going to tell you a funny story, which I consider a funny story, but it might be too what I call provocative. And you might sort of guess what it might have to do with, but I'm going to let it go, and I'm not going to tell my quote-unquote funny story. So that's it. So, be well, take care of yourself, and by all means, happy smoking!